team, it's time for the Daily Detangler. Catalyst has shared with us the book Switch, and he's using that and thinking about that and applying it during the course of our change that we enact and that we drive. So I thought it would be good for me to go back and reread the book. So I read the book again, and I'd read it a long time ago, but wow, it's really relevant now. So I thought I would do a little bit of a different daily detangler today and do a quick synopsis of the book Switch, how to change things when change is hard. And I've been struggling with change again, which is a repeatable pattern for me. So this is a great book for me to think about and apply and implement. So there are three things in the book that the book dives into. Behavior change has three components: logic, emotion, and the path. The elephant represents the emotion, the rider is the logic, and then the path is basically the journey, right? And we have different ways to think about our journey, from what to what, go to market to go to customer, the three change acts, the bridge, if you remember, the bridge where the elephant's walking across the bridge, right? So there are many visuals we've used to define the path. In the book, the elephant represents this idea of uh, emotion and the energy and mass that's created and momentum that's created by people's emotions and emotional side of dealing with change. The elephant representing the emotion when it comes to change is it's a big lumbering animal. It's powerful, it's stubborn. It looks for the path of least resistance. It certainly could knock down trees, but prefers to go around them. It will find the easy way. And the key point of thinking about the elephant and what the book goes into is this idea that emotions create momentum, either positive or negative. And what comes to mind for me is this idea of staying positive and focusing on the positive, and also the idea of making this new path that we're on more appealing, and giving some positive reinforcement along the way to the elephant, and then also keeping the negative or stinking thinking components or thoughts in check. And I think in my one-on-ones, Catalyst talks to me a lot about that. I don't know about you guys, but there's a lot of exciting things that are happening, and the more my elephant stays in check along the path, the better teammate I'll be, and also the better way to drive forward to change as part of a herd of elephants, for example. In the book, the rider represents this logical component. The rider knows what needs to be done, but if you look at the rider here on the elephant, he's a smaller component, and we visualize this in our own elephant visuals, and our the visuals that we use when we talk about change. I chose to use real pictures to really show not only the mass of the elephant, but how a person needs to ride the elephant. And I think riding the elephant with the business suit is a great analogy, because the business suit is very analytical, and the book talks a lot about that. The rider knows what needs to be done. The rider can nudge the elephant towards a direction, but the elephant isn't necessarily always going to do what the rider says. And the rider can give the elephant some peanuts to encourage the elephant to take the correct path. And so the key point in the book to me was this idea that the rider represents the logical steps that need to be taken to nudge the elephant along the way. And sometimes the elephant will take off. Sometimes the elephant will go off of the charted course, and the rider has to be intentional to nudge the elephant back on to drive the change, because both the elephant and the rider are both required to change, and in our case, to get across the bridge. So what's worked on our team that I wanted to call out and really remind my own self about is the elephant. On the elephant side is motivating the elephant. What is the message, and what is the energy and motivation around what we're doing and why we're doing it? And yes, it's hard, but it's also very exciting. Also, this idea of clarity of message, and what is the vision we are trying to achieve, and do I really embrace that on a daily basis as an end state, and also as a sunny side of the bridge, of focus on what we're doing. Also, the idea of positive emotion and positive energy, and being intentional about feeding the elephant and giving the elephant that positive energy, because the negative energy and also my own thought processes can really take the elephant off the path. And shrinking the change, the book talks a lot about this, and I think we do that well. At least Catalyst does that very well when he will give specific activities, actions, specific scenarios, or things that he wants the team to explore to give us the small hills to climb. On the rider side, being intentional about directing the rider, giving the rider the path, letting the rider be creative, but finding what works, learning from what works, and then spreading those around. And remembering, that the rider doesn't necessarily like making decisions. So we need to have, and I think what's worked for me is this idea of the principles, and using the principles to guide decision making, and also understanding that these decisions can happen, and they happen on a daily basis. So am I choosing to do the right thing as a rider? Am I choosing to nudge the elephant? And it helps for me to actually kind of visualize myself on the elephant. And then scripting the critical moves. So this is really key. This idea of scripting the moves, understanding situations. I've got a lot of blind spots there, and what are those moves? What is the sequence of events? What are the situations that unfold, so that the rider can direct the elephant there to hit the mark? And that means based on what those items are and how they've been working, the better the chance that we'll be able to take the right side path. And the book talks a lot about the path and what's required on it. And I think what I see on our team, and the environment that's created, is the environment encourages the growth mindset and makes the path easier to follow. And also, our environment is really designed to tap into our superpowers. And I have to learn to embrace that to the point where I don't have to worry about my elephant getting off the path. And then the idea that building C slides, right? C slides help make the new path look well trodden. And the idea of making the path as easy as possible really taps into the fact that we have a herd of elephants. We have our team, and each of us are in charge of our elephant and guiding it down the path. And the more our elephants are going down the path together, the better the path looks more well trodden. And the book talks about that. These are the four things that the book calls out as really important for the path. And I just repeated them here. And this is one of the things that I believe that our team is really getting better at. And also a Catalyst he's very intentional about. And I see these things playing out. on our team, which is great. So on the book Switch, the elephant is the emotional side, the rider is the analytical side, and the path is the situations at play. What I learned from this is the situational factors that are in play, those can be shaped and I think strung together, and so that the rider can hit those situations and guide the elephant. So that's great. And I think when I looked at that and was thinking about our principles, the experience that we create, the idea of that experience unfolding step by step, through the path, over the path, through the bridge, over the bridge, that experience that's created to constantly move forward and create momentum with these elephants that we're riding, is really important for me to remember. And also having courage to trust the process, because the process is change enabled and it's change driven, and the elephant will not will follow the path of change. The rider may actually fight it. So how do we create the environment and trust the process, which has been something that I really have to embrace more as I continue to get more comfortable with the pilot phase. So change happens one action at a time. And one of the things I thought about is what peanuts am I feeding my elephant? So I thought instead of a pebble, adding a pebble, it's maybe add a peanut to your elephant. And that means tap into your emotional side and recognize that while things may be hard, take a step back and ask yourself, are you having fun? Activator asked me that last week. Are you having fun with this, and are you enjoying it? And also, are you able to tap into your own talk track and feed your elephant a peanut that way? And as Catalyst says, keep it positive. So that's been your daily detangler and a deep dive, a quick review, if you will, on the book Switch. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed rereading it, and look forward to talking to you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. Take care.